Now let's go to pit lane C, the banking grid. This is one close to my heart. Let's look at the Constructors' Championship, Zubin, in banking. Matchup number 7 is between JP Morgan versus the undercapitalized US regional banks. I want to make a specific argument here with data.
Let's hear it, Aman. Yeah, I'd love to hear your perspective on this.
It really comes down to scale as a weapon. JP Morgan's market cap has now surged past 800 billion at the time of recording this. This is bigger than Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup combined. Think about that. The power that it gives them. It allows them to invest $17 billion a year in technology. That is more than the total revenue of most of their competitors.
You know, well, and we've talked about this among the regional banks, right? They're fighting for survival. They have sort of a high CAG, which is a high customer acquisition cost. Their deposit costs are through the roof because they essentially don't have sticky operating accounts. They can't afford to build AI. They're relying on some level of partners, and they can barely afford to keep the lights on.
Exactly. And JPM is using the clout it has to modernize the core, roll out AI underwriting, and acquire the best fintech teams around. The regionals are at the same time fighting a knife fight, with Jamie Dimon showing up with airstrikes. So winner, I think, undisputed, JP Morgan, and the loser here is the US regionals in 2025.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about this, right? Like the real battle for the future isn't in the US, right? It's global. So let's talk about matchup number 8. And we covered this in an episode earlier this season. NuBank, Revolut thrown into the mix versus other neobanks.
Yeah, you know, this, Zubin, was my favorite narrative shift of the year. NuBank and Revolut are no longer challengers. They are, I believe, the new Citi and HSBC. They are the only ones scaling globally at pace.
Yeah, and the data backs it up, right? NuBank, based on what we researched, I want to say about 120 plus million customers.
127, yeah.
127 million customers, 30% ROE. Cost to serve is under $1. That's insane. They essentially own LATAM. Revolut, on the other hand, I believe is 65 million customers, profitable. Licenses in the UK, Mexico, and India, and they're building the first true global financial super app.
Yeah, and compare that to others like N26, struggling to scale multi-market, retreated from the US and UK. Monzo, who we love and we talked about, brilliant product, but again, stuck in one market, UK. They are a feature, not a global bank, these guys. Varo, by the way, just to throw that out there, subscale, unprofitable, single market, struggling with, getting even a banking charter.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's round this up, right? NuBank and Revolut have proven that you can scale globally if your tech stack is cloud native and your cost basis is close to zero. So for us, the winners really are the new global giants, NuBank and Revolut. The real losers, I guess we'll call them the stuck neobanks, the N26s, Varos, stuck to that single market.
All right, Zubin, time to warm up the tires. We're looking ahead now